Так, давайте снова.
Let us draw your attention here. I'm not Vladimir Lukin, and this is Yury Petrovich Senokossov sitting next to me, whose wife I am. Peter, it's rather hot. Vladimir Petrovich mixed things up, went away. He thought that he was to speak here on the 4th, and he said, whoever wants to talk to me morning on the 4th, but I would come, but nobody can do it. But still, we need some conclusions. So to avoid sitting late in the evening, we'll give a chance to Yury to speak, because he wanted to sum up the results of this seminar and then leave about 20 minutes to Maxim Trudolubov, because the school wants to try to open a new site, and he would explain the newness of this site. And that really means that the session, which would start at 6:30, starts now. So the floor goes to Yury, and we'll wait for your discussion, or we will see how we do it. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, colleagues. It's not a presentation. We are all participants. I simply want to share with you my impression of what I heard and saw. I hope it will not take long. And then together we have an exchange of words. The situation is not that simple. Robert, before me, mentioned robots, which was quite a new word. But other words like earth, air, fire, water, faculties was introduced by ancient Greeks, and they also invented rhetorics, logics, grammar. All these are human inventions. And it's all connected with unemployment and the level of violence which takes place in the modern world, related to military and other conflicts. And humanity, inventing new things, tries to protect itself from violence, from diseases, and to increase the lifespan. Initially, people believed in immortality. Irina spoke here, and after her presentation, there were remarks, because she said that she was an atheist. But there is a different kind of belief. It's not necessarily a religious. You may have scientific beliefs, philosophical beliefs. And there is nothing to be surprised. When Ira spoke about it, I was impressed. She said that what she was going through, being a sick person. She said that she wanted Germans to tell everybody how they surpassed the defeat, how they went through the defeat. A human being is defeated, meaning it is sick, and without protecting oneself, without thinking about immortality, she wants, being a public figure, in Germany, to tell how Germany went out of the state of defeat. In the end of the war, Hitler said that the German people is not worth me. It should be destroyed. And he gave orders to explode homes and kill his own people. It was written by Speer in his recollections. Of course, it's easy to live through your victory, but what about pain? How do you experience your own disease, your defeat? The same is true about robotics. People invent robots to simplify our labor. Whatever is invented is not invented for war. So all human inventions are not meant for war or violence, but somehow they turn out to be used for military purposes, for defense purposes, and so on. In this regard, I'm fascinated by certain events in the history of the 20th century after the two world wars. Civil events related to initiatives of European citizens, people in the West. I mean, 1956, Pagos movement, when physicists, Nobel Prize winners, dared to say to their governments and to peoples that we invented the nuclear bomb and nuclear power not to destroy anything, but for peaceful purposes. Hence the Pagos movement for peace and disarmament started, and it really influenced the situation in the Soviet Union, in the Western countries, and it was quite successful. Negotiations on disarmament started. And it was initiated from below, not from the governments. There was a Roman club, and they discussed the problems of globalization, demography, environment. And this was also done at the grassroots level. Now we are at the point when Europeans should move forward the initiative in the civil society which exists in Russia and in European countries, in Turkey for that matter. We have Altinay Hakan, who was our student. He wrote a book about the world civilization, about globality. There are many awful things that take place in the world, but there are positive things as well, because humanity is quite alive. It is quite healthy and brainy. So we discuss these things at our seminars. So our seminar started from Anatoly Adamishin's presentation, who has been a well-known diplomat, and he said that the real professional diplomat has 10% of his efforts related to his talent and abilities to speak up the international arena, not on behalf of the government or narrow national interests, but on behalf of the citizens and the people. He heard his presentation. He somehow showed it in a convincing way. It was Circuit Temple. And she spoke outside Germany borders. She talked about the European Union in general and about some things of importance related to attempts to direct the attention of the European public to real problems of the European Union. We all think about it. And of course, we talk about it at our seminars and discuss these problems, and that's very important. I will quote Vladimir Putin now, who spoke at Valdai Club last September and said that identification exclusively through ethnos or religion in the state with polyethnic composition of population is not possible. Identity or identification. Well, we heard these words way too often, but identity notion was invented by psychologists. But after a certain while, identity started meaning many other things. Identity of a nation, identity of an economic and political culture. Like sometimes democracy is added by certain definitions, and definitions limit the notion. And there are words which definition limit their content. You can talk about passionate love, but the word love in itself, the way we think about love, how can we limit this? Or democracy, sovereign democracy, they say. Democracy is democracy, and there are words and abstracts. We say that there is specific, there is abstract, there is individual, and there is general. When we talk about something, we think in subject. This is the table, this is the house. And the philosopher would say that there is an idea or house. It's not a house. Idea of a house is in its being. I may see a house clearly, but vaguely, and I may see the image of a house when the sun is still out or when it rains. But I definitely see a house, because house is just walls, doors, rooms, but I don't have a clear-cut picture of all details, but I see the house for sure. And it really means that when we talk about the idea of the house, same way as Plato once started talking about the state policy. You remember the Plato cave, when people sit in a cave and they are chained, and somewhere on top of them there is a light, and they see shadows. Shadows. Like in a theater of shadows. In Greek it was called eidos, like image. But they don't know what it is. So instead of eidos, he said, if this is the way we see the world only in our imagination, we see clearly but vaguely. And if you introduce the notion of idea, then what we see is people inside who have some virtues. They live in towns. Some of them are courageous. Others are agricultural workers. And then also there is a notion of fairness or justice, where people with different virtues try to follow certain rules of life. That's what people think about, including us. Kant wrote his treatise about education or elucidation about 1884, and it was immediately translated into several foreign languages, but in Russia it was published only in 1966. It was a good time. Before Brezhnev's stagnation, although everything what happened after Czechoslovakia was not too good, I mentioned or quoted Putin. And he said that the state with such a political composition of population, identification is not possible, and necessary precondition for stability is the development of civil identity. Civil identity, it's not ethnical and not state. It's civil identity. It may appear based on the general values and democratic principles of civil responsibility and solidarity. We hear these words a lot. We repeat them without thinking. Same way as we move our hands without thinking, and our speech is automatic. But suddenly our life springs up and we start thinking about ideas. And when we talk about artificial intellect, well, Robert is right, it wouldn't work, because there is something which is mysterious. Descartes was looking where a soul is connected with the body. But you can't find this spot. Whatever is there in our head, how we understand things, it's not clear how it happens. You understand something, then you may describe it or formalize. You may study your brain, responsible for limbs movement, to imitate something in a technological way, but the problem is still there, problem of a reason and problem of freedom. Love and respect for freedom, for human dignity are important. This is an extract from Kant's treatise. But when you read it, you ask yourself questions. The text by Kant advises us to think individually, since you have your own brain. And this is the quote. For education, you require only freedom, and a small one at that, meaning specifically, in all cases, to use your own brain publicly. But I hear voices from everywhere. Don't think, make exercises. The Minister of Finances says, don't discuss things, just pay. Spiritual leaders say, don't discuss things, trust. And only in brackets, there is a Kant's phrase. And only one ruler, Frederick, King the Frederick, says, think and discuss as much as you like and on all possible subjects matter, but be obedient. It's all limitation. But what kind of limitation prevents the education? And what favors education? Public use of your own mind should always be free. And this may provide people with education. So we are all free, we are ready to discuss in a public space. We start thinking, but each one of us has its own biography, some vocation. Any one of us has a place in the world which is not occupied, it's our, and we all have one soul. There are not many souls. And there is an I of one's soul. We see something physically. Greeks said that there is an I of a soul. There is this kind of notion. When we understand what we see, then the discussion in a public space starts on. And actually for education, you need only small freedom, the freedom of using your own brain in public. There was a discussion with Robert about robots. We may say, Robert, why you talk about robots when there are so many unemployed people in Europe? It's not extremely vital subject matter. The word cosmopolite, a man of the world, it belongs to Diogenes, who lived in a barrel. He called himself a cosmopolitan, but he lived in a barrel because he thought that around him there is violence, deception, and so on. He was tired of it. So he embraced himself in this space, and he said, I am a cosmopolitan, I live in another world. And that's how Christianity started. The world lies in evil. And we know that within the first 3 centuries, there were many followers who wanted to look like Jesus Christ. There was a competition, but not to throw someone away, but to imitate Jesus Christ. There were certain competitions, but nobody earned money on this, because the world was lying in evil, and the kingdom of the earth and kingdom of the sky would never collide, would never met each other. We had Harold Bergman, and he wrote a very interesting book. We published his books, and his is called The Western Tradition of the Rule. There was a separation of churches, but later legal competitions of different or competitions of different legal systems somehow helped to form a civil conscience. This is not 15th or 16th centuries now. We know that there is a law and there is a rule. This is our right to control officials, people from the power, and the law, which they should follow. They should, otherwise they may be punished. And if we violate the law, we are to be punished and controlled. We have the same set of rights. But traditionally in Russia, the state law suppresses our freedoms. It was 1917, so it was not only liberals or Bolsheviks who were to blame, but something was not done right on time. Catherine the Great called for a special commission which was sitting in the Kremlin, and there were all sorts of nobility, landlords there, and they prepared instructions, because it was a kind of sociological poll which discussed the issue of necessity to do away with serfdom. And the session took place for 2 years, and the noblemen called for calling off the serfdom. This was part of my diploma, as a matter of fact. And very soon Pugachev period started. Pugachev's revolt. Catherine brought up Alexander I to continue, but he left for monastery, and there is a legend actually that he did not die. Here and now, today, and not yesterday, whatever was done yesterday, it's yesterday. And the notion remains to be a notion. And there is a difference between notion and life status. You may talk a lot about freedom of speech, freedom of anything. In Perestroika, they said, if we use the word salami, salami would appear on shops, shelves, because you know how to make it. But something happens with a free person. To be free, you need efforts of your everyday life. A believer prays to keep shape, and freedom also requires labor, your attention, your energy, your concentration. And we talk about this at our seminars, and I might share with you my impressions on other presentations, not only Irina's presentation. There were many things of interest. and soon we are going to finish our communication. I know that some concert is being prepared, a farewell concert. I already feel sad because the seminar is closing down. At the same time, I am pleased. I sat for 6 years, and I was glad. When we come here, it's usually a certain tension, but we dilute ourselves in the seminar atmosphere, and we are always thankful to our audience because you do not let us down. Maxim is around here, and we continue with our session. If you have some comments, probably we have 15 minutes for this. If not, you can do it in the end. All right, we'll do it in the end. Now Maxim's turn.